interjecting at the start of the video here because this is a different style of video that I haven't really tried before. There's a lot of stuff that I talk about on stream, and a lot of it doesn't make it to YouTube because it's not in a PB or a mod showcase or something like that. And I was really interested by this particular topic because I kind of thought that Sonic Rush Rerun was just like universally well liked. It's done by a big talented team of people. It's really cool, got a lot of style, great music. The game is just really fun in general, even though I do have some of my own grievances with it that I talk about in the new demo video that came out yesterday. But there was some interesting comments in the comments section that honestly kind of surprised me and even surprised some people because apparently in other comments sections, the game is universally praised. So this was definitely different, and I kind of love this stuff because it shows that there are folks who don't necessarily like things that are universally well liked. And I think that's just a fun thing about the Sonic community in general, even though I don't always appreciate how differing opinions are shared and explained and executed. And that's something that like I kind of want to change the narrative around in my content, is to try to explain things in a better way. And while I don't always do the best job of it, it's still something I'm working toward to make it a more welcoming environment regardless of what opinion on a Sonic game that you have. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump into it because I'm ranting about a rant video. All right, anyway, take it away, pass me. Speaking of, I was kind of surprised by some of the comments that are on the Sonic Rush Rerun video. I was shocked. I thought that people were mostly like for Sonic Rush Rerun, but there was one that talked about that like it's not nearly as impressive as of a project because it's a big team working on it, which honestly that's the dream. A bunch of really passionate fans all getting together to make something like truly incredible. Like, yeah, does it not have the underdog aura of like, oh my goodness, this is made by one guy or this is made by a group of people? No, but I do think it's awesome in its own right because it's just this massive thing that all of these people that are crazy passionate about the series are all working on together. And then there was another thing that like folks are a little bit disappointed that it's not as faithful to Sonic Rush as they want it to be. And I think that's just the hard thing in general with making a remake of a game that's already considered really good, is that you kind of have to do something different, or else you're just kind of getting the same game again. And I have never played the original Rush. I've only played Rush Adventure and sort of Sonic Colors DS with the widescreen hack. And I actually like Rush Adventure more than I did when I was younger, when I replayed it a couple years ago. But I guess that's the good thing, is that we have both. And Rush Rerun's completely free, so it's not like you're spending money on it anyway. Don't get me wrong, fan games definitely can still earn their criticism because at the end of the day, it is a product that you are playing regardless of how it's made. But I was just shocked. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts about it too. I get the angle of just like, yeah, it's not as impressive because a lot of people are working on it. I don't know if this is a good comparison because like, are Mr. Beast videos impressive because there's a huge, like massive team of people working on them versus just one guy? Future past me interjecting here because I don't think I explained myself that well. So I wanted to kind of elaborate on this point real quick, is that when it comes to really anything, I think, especially like fan games and stuff, when it's just one person making the project, like what a lot of people think is the case with PO6. Now, don't get me wrong, Chaos does like 80% of the work, but there are other people that help him. That's why there's credits in the game. There's the gap between expectation and reality. When just one person's working on a project, I'd say your expectations probably start pretty low because they have to do everything as in every part of the project. But as more people start working on it, I think that what they're trying to say is like this gap kind of closes because now you have more people working on it. There's more talent and everything like that. So like the reality of how good the project is versus the expectation of how good the project is kind of like starts to match. And I think that's what this comment is saying here. And that's why they believe it to be a little bit less impressive. Now, I disagree with this sentiment, as I'll talk about later on. No matter how many people are working on a project, it's still impressive that these free fan games are as good as they are. But yeah, just wanted to clear that up a bit. Well, I think fan games do get like a slightly more positively skewed assessment because it's usually like one person in their room on a computer building stuff up from scratch. So, but like we're getting to the point where like the Sonic fan community is so talented because of the popularity of Sonic fan games that we have the ability, like literally the dream. We have a group of extremely talented people, a big group of extremely talented people working their ass off to like really remake one of the games in the series that's considered pretty damn good. The only thing that's missing is being able to get paid, I guess. No, I am totally in agreement with you. Just because I see the other angle does not mean I agree with the other angle. I'm not really shitting on the comment section this time. I'm more just surprised. Like, it wasn't a hate comment. It was just like the person felt a little bit less impressed by the work because it was a big team of people working on it. Did I make it sound like that's not what the comment was? It was like a, I suppose, negative comment, but it wasn't like, this shit fucking sucks, you know? The other comment is the one I was more surprised by, just being like, I would actually say less surprised by, because it was talking about like how they didn't like what they were doing with the Rush mechanics, adding in the Advance 2 and I think it was like Advance 2, Colors DS, like those kinds of mechanics into Sonic Rush. And I, again, think that's just sort of a thing that happens when you remake a game that's considered good. Is like, because it was good as it is, like, trying to improve or make something different from it, there's just gonna be, you know, that sediment that it's like, it's not exactly one-to-one. You know, that's the tough part about remaking games. Actually, legitimately, there's a really cool quote in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, is that it's when you talk to the game director in Kanto, he says something like, remaking a game is really challenging because you want to create something new out of something old, but you don't want to make it too different that it tramples on the memories that people have with the original product. And I was like, damn. That's in a video game? That's in a Pokemon game? Like, that's a pretty awesome quote. Before I let you go, I have the DS here with me. Also, check out my Raichu. I love Raichu. He's a great Pokemon. I figured I'd have it, so I might as well just read the quote to you guys verbatim what it is, because I think it is really cool, and I love this. Heart Gold Soul Silver is so good. But anyway, oh, here we go. Here's where it starts. We are remaking an old game, but that is quite a challenge. Old fans would not want us to mess with their good memories, but there's no point in just redoing the same thing, right? We're working towards something that brings back memories, yet is also completely new. I've been in this business for 20 years now, but creating a game is always a rewarding challenge. That's some bars, man, and I'm shocked that isn't a Pokemon game. I guess it was just a different time in 2010. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Like I said at the top of it, let me know what you thought about this more ranty style of video, because there's a lot of stuff I talk about on stream that doesn't make it to the channel because it's not in a PB or not in a mod I showcase or something like that. But thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.